So this is the second official episode of logging my progress with my brand, and yeah. So today I want to talk about my vision, and you know, I'm sorry if this is gonna be a little bit more slow because I'm kind of tired, but just got a new haircut by the way. But what I want to talk about is I want to talk about my talent and vision and what sets me apart because I think that's a very important theme during for the duration of my future career because uh, this is really just the same thing as for footballers because you have to have a certain type of brand to who you are as a person that makes your clothing, your art unique. And so that's exactly why I wanted to record this because I have this vision, but I really need to capture it on camera because that's the best way to document it for myself. I've written it down. I'm just gonna grab it for a moment. Okay, so here I have it again. So I read it previously, but here it is. So what I wrote was I am thinking of building a creative institution or group someday that encompasses multiple disciplines. I want to be part of not only the clothing industry but also film and production. I want to do something philosophical in a way. And that's why I called my brand Designed by JM because it's really just a way of, it's just future thinking that I am not limited to the clothing industry and I just want fashion, but I really want to do something new, because I'm kind of fascinated, but I've always been fascinated by where the scientific discoveries in, I think you could say, the 17th to early 20th century, because I really romanticized it because how awesome it is to just discover something new and something important to humanity. And I think that's just beautiful, man. Like the way you can you contribute a lot. And that I people have told me like I have that kind of teacher spirit in me, which is like, it has been one of my gifts that I like to teach people things and love to educate people. Give it started all with fun facts and just watching interesting videos. But I really love, I've always wanted to do something important. I wanted to do something impactful that helps the human race, you could say. I think that's what I want to do. So I still want to do it, and I think doing this through my brand is a very cool way of doing it. I'd say that has to do with the fact that it kind of serves as, I don't know, maybe like a podium for myself. I'd say. I'm trying to look for the right words here, but it's kind of like people like Tyler the Creator, one of the people I quote unquote idolize, in the good sense that they have not only made music, they also make clothing, so that makes them interdisciplinary in the first place. But what I also love about their career is that they made who they are their selling point, because people don't just buy Go for Le Fleur or go to a Tyler concert for the sake of the music or the clothing they're a fan of. No, they're also a fan of Tyler himself, and they want to indirectly or maybe directly they want to support his journey in that, even though he's probably a millionaire by now. But exactly that is what I strive, I think, for to gain, to have. um I have always been this theatrical person. I've always loved making sketches. I'm making a sketch right now uh with my friends, and you know I've been in theater for 3 years, and I've always loved filming, photography. I've always been on that creative route, but also on the stage route, because I don't know what it is, but I've played, I think, in three different theater shows of my school, and what I noticed is that I really love performing, but not for the sake of the flashing lights, but I'd say rather for the sake of, the fact that it's just awesome. I love showing what I can do, not to prove myself, but I love showing what I can do because I love doing that exact thing. Camera work. Maybe I want to make films later on. That's a big dream. So I'd say that. Um, you know, I'm kind of looking for the words right now. So this is just really a brain fart, and I really want my company to encompass that idea of the Uomo Universale, the complete human, one that stretches arts and multiple disciplines combined, and at the end of the day, I saw this cool video of somebody saying, it's important to have um, something that you like to do every day, and I really, as your work, and that's very important. Yeah.